Game over.
Hey everyone, Connor here from the Dobbers. So the plan was to play the arcade mode on ultra hard difficulty on Tekken 8, beat the final boss, show off some cards. So I did play for about 4 hours, did not get to the final boss, threw in the towel, put the controller off the wall. I just have to accept that I am not good at Tekken 8 as one of my fighting games. It's just not happening. But what I am good at is revealing cards. So here's some cards coming out in the Tekken 8 set. So let's have a look at all the cards. We'll start with the commons and we'll work our way up. Starting off with High Tech Annihilator, we have a 1 diff 5 check with a 2 mid block. This says form flip, remove 10 cards from your discard pile, add 1 heat token to your stage. So from previous reveals, we're seeing basically everyone's getting these in some form or fashion, with the symbols being slightly different in the combinations. Ultimately, this is a common. I'm not going to bag on too heavily about the fact that the cost is pretty steep for the heat token, but I guess if you really need a heat token, it's there, you know. But again, it is a common, so like I won't expect it to be the easiest thing ever to get heat tokens. That's why we have other rarities for that. So next card we have is a 1 diff 5 check 3 high block Void Attuned in Forbidden Exorcism. This card says, response, after this card is removed, you may try to play it as a form from your remove pile this turn. I quite enjoy cards like this. I like cards that give you the reason for being the thing that they remove and stuff like that without it feeling too heavy of a cost, because you can just play it as a form later on in your turn. Very cool card. It is a common, you know, not going to sing massive bells and whistles about it, but I do like these kind of spams with certain decks. And then the last common we have is Next Gen Model. It's again a 1 diff 5 check with a 2 low block. I love it because it's got Breaker 1 on it. Love a bit of spam with Breaker 1. But it also has a really cool response. After you play this card, choose a player. That player mills 2. That is super cool. I love that a lot. There's so much different ways of stacking decks against your opponent's favour and then stacking your own deck to then draw into them and stuff. Having this that then just mills them just resets the playing field as a spam. I think it's pretty cool. So moving on to our uncommons, we'll start with the Foundation and Gamma System. It's a 1 diff 5 check with a 3 high block. It's got form flip, check X, add 1 heat token to your stage. X equals your printed hand size. Again, this is a Jack 8 card with Evil, Order and Void as the symbols. This is a very cool card. Now this is where I'm kind of seeing the difference of the payoff for like the remove 10 from the common to then this version just be check your hand size. So lower hand sizes like Jack and a 5 just has to check a 5 with no real cost unless he checks like a 3 or something like that and then you're committing 2 for it. But again, just check a 5 and you're getting a heat token. That feels a lot better than remove 10. I'm just saying. I like this. Also, the fact it's the same diff is also very, very cool. So I personally am really happy with this kind of card as well. So we're seeing a couple more ways of getting heat tokens that don't feel as harsh on the player for wanting to have the token. So very cool uncommon. So next of our uncommons is Earwig Pincer. It's a 3 diff 3 check, 2 mid block, and it's 3 low for 3, and it has kick and it is void attuned. The response on this one is, after this attack deals damage, remove the top card of your rival's deck. I quite like the idea of this being a wee chip damage thing, but then also potentially stealing an attack off them if it deals damage, because you never know what's going to be at the top of the deck, so you're just kind of hitting something at random. I quite like that. It is kind of a funny wee uncommon as such. I think this would be quite cool if you could get a bunch of these in sealed. I think this would be a very interesting card. So next on up we will go with our rare. We have a foundation called Devil's Instinct. This is a 2 diff 4 check with a 4 mid block. It is unique and it's on Chaos, Evil and Void. This card is so cool. First response, Tenacious, so that's playable well committed. You remove it. After you make a check to play a card, that check gets +1. I just love wee cards that do stuff like that, especially on Chaos, you know, my Chaos Godzillas and stuff like that. All the decks, your Annies of the world, all these cool decks that want to just absolutely rampant, make different checks and improve them. Love it. Such a cool wee card. But then this response in the second one, from the discard pile remove, sacrifice 1 heat token. After you make a check to play a card, that check gets +1. So obviously you can only ever have one heat token in play, so it's got a limitation to it, to be fair. But again, being able to, from the discard pile, improve your check by 2 is even cooler if you are going in for these crazy strings, generating that heat token near the end. I can pass this, commit all out. Oh, I'm too short. No, I'm not. Love these kind of cards. I also feel with these kind of cards as well, they kind of feel like a little bit gotcha kind of moment, because the amount of times you'll be checking and stuff like that, and sometimes you'll just forget what's in the discard pile, and honestly your opponent's going to do the same. I know I do it in games all the time, but anytime there's discard pile responses, when people forget they're floating about as such, people sometimes fall into like a false safety, thinking they're all right and he can't attack anymore. Very, very, very cool card. I think this is a solid rare that I could imagine it in all 3 of these symbols. So let's look at the ultra rare we've been given. It's an action called Twist Reality. It's a 2-def, 5 check with a 2 high block. It's got 1 enhance and 1 response, and it's void attuned. The enhance is hand, discard, seal 1 foundation in your rival's stage. This is a very, very cool card. I'm enjoying this enhance for this specifically. Again, with all the other things that you can do to seal on things like void and stuff, just having an action to just force out another seal is really cool. So you're turning off the problematic foundations kicking about in your rival stage. No one's ever going to hate that. I think it's really cool. But this response, I think, is where it shoots itself to another absolute level. Response discard pile, remove. After your rival plays an ability that adds 1 or more tokens to their momentum or stage, cancel that ability. So, from the time of Guilty Gear, we've seen Roman cancel tokens. From Godzilla, Reign of Kaiju, we've seen power tokens. And coming soon, when this set drops, we're going to see heat tokens. We're seeing tokens also being really, really prevalent in a lot of high-stake decks. We're seeing them all show up. People are definitely running the Roman cancels. We're really seeing a lot of power tokens floating about. Having an ability to cancel some of them coming in from your discard pile with otherwise no actual cost, you're just removing it, is amazing, because you're going to be checking these, if not already playing them, to get them into the discard pile. I just think it's really good having things like this. I like having more responses to cards. I mean, imagine like a destructive heat ray coming in. You just cancel the whole ability, as far as I'm aware, based on this. That's awesome, like, because it's coming in wanting to make 2 tokens and you cancel that ability. That's just going to stop these kind of cards being super problematic early on in turns and in games. I am super, super happy with all these cards. I think the Tekken set is starting to really, really shape up. We've seen all the characters, we're seeing more and more of the set as the days go in, and I'm looking forward to seeing other cards that other content creators reveal. And there we have it. That's the cards we got to reveal today. So again, thanks very much for the team over at UVSGames for sending us cards to show off. And remember, pre-orders for the Tekken 8 booster set are now live at your local game store. Pre-release begins at your local game store on August 7th, and make sure to be signed up to get that Jin promo. And the set release is on August 14th. And I'll see you all in the next video.